All right, here we have another video, man. And this video is just a bunch of people on the left that are starting to leave the Democratic Party. And I thought that we should have this discussion because, I'm a person who defected from the Democratic Party about a year or 2 years ago now. So let's talk about it, So let's watch some of these videos and then we'll discuss it.
So far, I've seen videos of just the left being pro-unaliving political opponents, whether that be Trump, J.D. Vance, people celebrating what happened to Charlie Kirk today. It's just disgusting behavior. The fact that I have been a part of the left for 7 years, I never thought we'd get to the point where I would have to look at my own party and be like, oh, hold on, I can't support you anymore because everything that you are doing right now is against your political viewpoints and your values and beliefs. To sit here and promote gun violence against your opponents is wrong. And it arguably makes you worse than the other side because you're basically saying these people deserve to be unalived because our political beliefs are more important and should stand and should have more value than a human life.
Yeah, I mean, there really is no explanation for this. It's just that, yeah, a lot of people on the left have become a party of those who are very intolerant of people who think differently than them. That's kind of what we're talking about. So I'm not even going to comment too much on that.
I've been dreading making this video because I know I'm going to get hate comments, especially from the left, and nobody likes hate comments online. I used to proudly call myself a liberal. I still believe in equality, healthcare access, LGBTQ plus rights, definitely science and social programs. But I've grown really tired of the performance, the fear-mongering, and the refusal to have real conversations. I don't want to be here to scream or cancel or shame somebody into agreeing with me. I believe that we need to listen to each other even when we disagree, because change doesn't happen in an echo chamber. I'm not switching sides. I'd say I'm stepping out of the label. I'm an independent, logic-based thinker who's done letting political parties define my humanity. I'm still progressive, but I care more about the truth than tribalism.
Yes. I wanted to show this video because this woman is exactly like it. Well, I mean, I didn't have a choice. I got ostracized by the left, and then I had no choice but to leave because, I was the problem according to them. So, the same thing that I do for the right when I question their activities, I did for the left, and they didn't like that. So, once they realized that I was a problem and I was just obstructing their goals, I just left. I like to sit down and have discussions. And I actually like to progress the conversation. I like to figure out solutions. As you guys see, if you guys watch my videos, every single time I do a video, there's always a solution to everything that I talk about. And that's for good reason, because I want to progress the conversation. Both the right and the left don't do that. They don't. The left is always just live in this purity realm where, like, if you don't live up to their standards, then you're not one of them. As with the right, they're more feels based, meaning that they're not really looking for a solution, but rather how they feel in the moment. And then that's how they're going to determine whether they vote for that particular policy or not. Emotions are important, and you need emotion to show sympathy. Otherwise, you're just going to end up calculating and rationalizing why you should just push people away if they don't meet your standard, this rubric that you have. I do want to showcase this video because I thought this was absolutely hilarious. Because, like, this is exactly how Republicans draw you in, and this is kind of what I'm talking about, that they use emotion to draw you in, which is what the Democrats don't do. But look how effective this is. Watch, take a look at this.
Hello, everybody. I just want to say a really big thank you to Republicans, conservatives, MAGA, independents. You guys have been extremely supportive of my journey. It's been a couple of months since I decided to leave the Democratic Party, and yesterday I decided no more voting Democrat. So I just want to say thank you guys. It's been a weird transition because it feels like I'm leaving all of my old beliefs behind, but I realized that I am not doing that. I don't need to do that. I can still stand strong on what I believe in and my values and what I want for this country.
Yeah, that's what Republicans do. Like, they'll draw you in, they'll show you support. They'll be like, "Oh no, it's great. You're welcome to our side." Like, it's that stuff. And which is good from the Republicans. They have that characteristic of them. But personally, to me, I'm like, okay, thank you, but like I don't care. I don't want to be a part of any of your groups. I don't have to. I know that you're not asking to, but I'm just saying that I don't want to be a part of any of your groups because all of you guys suck ass. I don't want to be a part of any group, man. The Republican folks say a lot of statements that can definitely be misinterpreted, which isn't a bad thing because I understand that Republicans are trying to mean well, but unfortunately their rhetoric just has a lot of it's very inflammatory by nature. When it comes to the Democrats, these guys are just like purity testing everybody. It's ridiculous, man. Like I don't want to be a part of any fucking party, dude. All parties suck ass, dude. I'd rather just go research the content myself, try to match it up with other sources to see if like the sources are consistent, and that's how I determine my ideas. And then that's where I come, make a video, and then post it online. Like for instance, here we have like the same video that we just watched, and here we got like Republicans like trying to draw her in. Like, as a gay Republican, I promise you we're infinitely more supportive on this side. Like, yeah, right, bro. Like, if this woman is smart, like she would stay away from these parties, bro. These parties are terrible, man. Like, they just fill your brain with poison. Here's the thing, this person might be supportive, but I promise you it doesn't just end there. I've been a part of these two parties, and they never end well, man. Like, every single time I join these parties, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. By the time you know it, you're already screaming at the other side, saying that they're the terrible ones, that they're the evil ones. It's just, no, man. Just trust me when I tell you, get out of these parties, dude. Don't join these parties. Like, look at this. I'm a lesbian, white Latina in San Francisco. I register as a Republican, fed up with the Democrats, woke ideology, hate speech, and racial division. What? I don't even know where she got this from. Like, these guys, if anything, like, I would say that Democrats are prejudiced against Republicans. I don't know about racial division. I think that, you know, a lot of people of color like would not agree with this. But regardless though, after Charlie Kirk's murder, I'm done looking back. I'm proudly far right now. Like, what? Like, what? Like, what are we talking about? Like, you're far right now? You're telling me that you've gone to the deep end where now you're being prejudiced towards Democrats? You're doing exactly what you were doing in the Democratic Party. This is why I tell you guys, bro, just stay away from these parties, man. These parties are nothing but bad news for people, man. It just fills the mind with poison. MAGA is honestly full of love. You'll find this out. Yeah, right, okay. I told someone that people were leaving the Democratic Party in floods, and they didn't believe me, so I said, hold on, I'll tag you in some of them. Then imagine that she blocked me before I could. They really are blinded by what's happening in front of them. Bro, you the conservative Republicans, not fucking moderate Republicans, conservative Republicans, you guys are fucking blinded as well, man. And you guys may not believe me, but you guys are. You guys absolutely are. And then I saw this post after seeing all these posts of people leaving the left to come to the right. It's like you're joining one terrible party to go to another terrible party. It's like, what's the point? What's the point of leaving the party? You might as well just stay in the Democratic Party. You're not changing anything. And it's crazy to me that these people who are leaving the left to go to the right, it's going to take another 4 to 5 years when you start seeing videos of like, this is why I left the right, because the right is just not the party that I thought it was. It's not the party that I joined 5 years ago. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? The parties have always been like this. I want you guys to understand one thing, okay? It's just that I don't know, man. I've just given up hope at this point, to be honest, though. Okay, I'll still give it a try, okay? Listen, okay? This woman here, I don't know about her, but the other woman, this woman who like is leaving the Democratic Party because apparently, like, you know, she wants to be a neutral mind, she wants to be a free thinker. I've already heard the rhetoric that she's using. That's rhetoric from the Republican Party, from the Republican side.
And yesterday I decided no more voting Democrat. It really sucks that it took this tragedy for me to get to this point. But because of this tragedy, I'm starting to see the Democrats' true colors. And I was already pretty over it. Their behavior is extremely immature. It's really hateful.
Bro, like, that sounds like Republican talking points, bro. Like, like somebody who like, and I'm not saying that she's dumb for this or anything like that, but like somebody who would be a free thinker who's not influenced by these parties would take a step back and understand why these two parties are reacting like this. Because when you really think about it, a lot of the behaviors that the left is exhibiting, it's mainly a reaction from the rhetoric from the right. These guys are not just evil just to be evil. There's a reason why these guys are in an infinite loop, which is why I tell you guys, get out of these political parties, because you're also going to be a part of that infinite loop. Being in politics is incredibly difficult, man. It takes an incredible amount of skill in terms of literacy, having a decent understanding of sociology, at least a little bit of psychology, also having a decent understanding of history. All of this plays into the mechanics of politics. And a lot of the times, a lot of people aren't educated in these 4 subjects, especially literacy, because literacy literally guides you to effectively understand a lot of the rhetoric that is expressed in these political circles. And the thing is that literacy is not a soft skill. You know, learning sociology, learning history, that's a soft skill where you could just read and then you could just obtain this knowledge. Literacy, however, that's not a soft skill. You have to actually put in the work to truly understand what's being said in a text. Like, for instance, these comments here, as a gay Republican, I promise we're infinitely more supportive on this. Like, this is a form of love bombing. If you knew what love bombing meant or have experienced it and you know what it looks like, this is love bombing here. Like, how many of you guys actually thought that this was love bombing? Because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys were probably distracted with the idea that, oh, look, the Republicans are trying to win over the left, the Democrats to their side. You're probably distracted with that idea without realizing that, no, this was actually love bombing that was occurring here. That takes skill to identify. And just in case you guys don't know what love bombing is, this is what it is. Love bombing involves showering someone with overwhelming and often incongruent affection, such as constant compliments, grand gestures, and excessive gifts in the early stages of the relationship. This creates a powerful emotional attachment and a sense of indispensability for the recipient. Okay, why is this a problem? Manipulation and control. The ultimate goal of the love bombing is to gain control over the other person's life and decisions. Of course, that's exactly what these political parties want, bro. These political parties want you to vote alongside with them. They want you to live a lifestyle like them, which is, you know, the traditional trad wife stuff where like the man is the one in the relationship, the dominant, whatever. You know, like they want you to live a lifestyle like that. Like this woman here, she's like, you know, I'm just grateful to have a free mind. Your mind is not going to be free if you join something like this, you know, or if you surround yourself with people like this, you know. Again, man, that's why at the beginning of the video, you heard me say, like, you know, I'm not on your side. I don't like Republicans. I don't like Democrats, because I want to ensure that none of these guys come into my comment section and say, oh, you should give us a try. Absolutely not. I will never give you guys a try. I will never give the Democrats a try, because I already been on both sides. I already know what that's like, and I don't ever want to go down that path again. Listen, man, if you're going to join any of these parties, just, I mean, it's not even going to work for me to tell you this, but just be responsible, okay? Just be very careful with the people that you listen to. If they're saying anything, any statements that just sounds very inflammatory, or it's making you angry, depressed, or making you feel overly emotional, they're appealing to your emotions because they want that reaction from you, so then they can pass whatever law or policy that they want to pass. Just be very careful with that, because oftentimes the policies that these guys are proposing, they can end up affecting you in the long run and you wouldn't even know it. Just be very careful with that, man, because this is not good, man. You know, to leave one party to go to another party, it's like you're not solving the problem. You're just switching lanes and you're changing up the narrative. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end there. You guys let me know what you guys think.